Who's on?
It's wondering who's gonna.
Gotta build up the suspense.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to Worked Up.
We're worked up. I don't know about what, but we're gonna be worked up,
Yeah, I really don't know about what. There hasn't been much to be worked up about.
and we're just in. Our mental capacity is not here right now. Hasn't been in like 3 weeks.
I woke up like 10 minutes ago.
I'm still dead.
I look like I'm high.
Yeah. Don't let him fool you. I just punched him in the face. He's a bitch.
No.
Pussy, bitch.
You won't get high.
Okay. Anyway,
Alright. Was off to a great
we
start.
had the Watkins Glen race this weekend. Shep, of course, didn't come because he's a bitch. No, you can't even defend it. Just you're a bitch. So.
I was working, but...
Great race. 6 hours of action. Can't ask for something better. It was amazing.
One day I'll redeem myself.
Next year. Just come with us next year. Simple as that.
Shenanigans.
And then we'll get fucking Kluge to actually go. We'll get Sean to go. We'll get as many of our brethren to go. It'll be lit, as the kids say these days. Lit. It's freaking lit, bro. Anyway.
One of the girls asked me something at work the other day, like, hey, do you know about this? And I was like, no, and I felt really old because it's like a TikTok thing.
How young is your coworker?
I think she's my age.
Oh.
Or 23.
We're older in that mindset though. Like the people our age normally are into that stuff. And
She was like doing the fucking, have you seen them, the ones out there where the fuck boys do like this and they're like,
yeah, all right, yeah. What is that?
I don't know what it means. I don't know. You're pointing at the vein in your arm. You want an IV? Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I don't.
She was like doing it, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She wasn't like saying anything.
Yeah.
She was just doing and then I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Fuck, I'm old."
Yeah, it's just stupid.
This
shit they do is stupid on TikTok.
If you don't know what I just did, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find out if you listen only.
Yeah. Please subscribe. Let's make YouTube big. We should. I've been thinking about streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch, but Twitch is just so much easier.
It is,
and I don't have
really
to stop every 6 hours and restart a stream.
Well,
or 12 was it 12 hours? It might have been 12 hours.
I just said titch, so
Titch.
I need to fucking.
What were you about to say? What were you gonna say?
I think Twitch like integrates easier with Streamlabs and shit.
Yeah,
so
it does.
It's kind of
I don't have to have
like
5 different
YouTube
codes,
streaming is like its own separate fucking shit.
Yeah,
like if you get it and you master it, you're good. But
I just think it would drive more people to our YouTube, which would be cool. But YouTube's also hard to make money off of now because everything's...
Yeah, it's a fucking minefield.
You can't say crap. Like, you literally can't say anything without it.
Yeah, we would get...
Because
we'd get bushwhacked.
I think the only way to be monetized, if I'm not... I might be incorrect on this, I'm not really a big YouTuber, obviously. Is if you say that your content's safe for kids, and when you say your content's safe for kids, no one can comment on it. And you can't say anything remotely... You can't talk about violence. You can't swear. You can't do that. Calendar needs to get changed. It stinks.
Yeah. There was this.
That's what happens when you're gone for 4 days. Fucking cats.
There was this fucking. There's a YouTuber I watched it, and again, this was some time ago, so I don't remember if this still is a thing. But he had to prove that he was not meant to. He had to prove that he was like his content was not meant for kids to avoid being fined. But he couldn't go too aggressive into the like swearing and shit still, even as like adult content, because then he wouldn't get any ad revenue. So
yeah,
he had to find this like happy medium, and it was just
it ruins the content.
Finally, he just said fuck it, and sponsors is what pays for like all of his videos and shit. So, which is what you're seeing nowadays. At least out of the YouTubers that I watch would be
it's sponsors.
Something kind of what we would model, just because they're not that we're like edgelords by any sense, but some of the content I watch on YouTube is like fucking like borderline shouldn't be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, you know damn well that they're not getting shit money from YouTube at all. Like
No, most people aren't anymore.
So they get all their money off of ads that they work to get. So
Ads. Now it's a lot of it's social media content too.
the age of edgy YouTube is gone.
YouTube is dying.
Yeah, which is shitty because like what's going to replace it? Nothing's really stepped up to.
Twitch is. I mean, but even Twitch is starting to, tank a little bit with like their.
All the fucking Gen Z kids are like TikTok.
The problem is,
now I'm worked up. Fuck TikTok.
Your freedom of speech. This might get people going, but bear with me. Freedom of speech is, you have your we are able to say whatever we want, whatever, right?
Mm.
And it is up to the person who is receiving, my content or whatever, to be offended by it. It's not like on me for you to be offended. It's your own problem if you're offended by it.
Well, yeah, because I watched the Filthy Frank. I watched the iDubbbz. I watched the kings of edgy YouTube.
Yeah.
At its peak, where they were gaining so much traction, but you watched those guys knowing that they were going to say shit that if you said now, like you'd get arrested.
Yeah.
Like going back and watching some of those old videos are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how are they able to?
And most of the people and most of the stuff that is said like that isn't really meant to be in the. It's supposed to be just edgy and dark humor and funny.
YouTube just gets a little fucking butt frustrated when they started losing all of the big ads because none of the big companies want to be associated with a guy who runs around and fucking, says the R word and says cunt a lot.
But they should they should have an algorithm because they have 9,000 algorithms that just deciphers.
Yeah, none of them work though. That's the thing.
No, right. But they should have. This language is not pertain to this particular ad. Don't run this ad during this language.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like even the ads, like they have the right to pick and choose who.
Yeah.
Like if they don't want him. If they don't want, say, if Filthy Frank's gone, but we'll use him as an example. If they don't want, if Pepsi doesn't want a Pepsi ad running during his episodes, they can make that decision.
Right.
And then YouTube just doesn't run it.
Yeah.
But YouTube is so like...
We'll just stop running all ads with these people.
Yeah, and YouTube was initially created to give people creative freedom.
Right.
On
to
the
express
internet.
themselves.
And now it's turned into, well, let's keep YouTube's reputation good with the people.
Yeah.
So we're just going to fucking nuke. We'll promote the family channels that are just, grubby fucking scummy. I hate that shit. Like those, all of the shit that YouTube pushes is just the most fucking toxic
or bland, or it's very, very
or
bland.
Manufactured. Like none of it's authentic. None of it's like it's just beating off YouTube's fucking ego.
Mm-hmm.
And those family channels, I think, are horrible for the platform. Like, oh, we had a kid, let's do videos on it.
I think the only one that was really millions ever okay was Roman Atwood. He was okay because he kind of came off as a very real.
Okay, so I don't know who that is. So I can't.
He still did fun things. Like it didn't feel like an engineered family with him.
Yeah. Okay.
He felt real. But that's also because he wasn't in L.A. He wasn't a family in L.A.
Yeah.
Because that's what all these guys are. We're moving to L.A.
Well, and it just is. It's doing what like Fortnite did for video games. Like it's just catering to a 12-year-old genre.
Yes.
Where they know that they could fucking look at my 14 cars and look at all this money I made and woo, and then they just literally flaunt their money for 10 minutes and 12-year-olds watch it and they're like, fuck.
Let's go. I aspire to be that man.
Yeah, and it's like it just is ruining fucking. I sound old.
No, but you're not wrong. It's ruining
I don't
media
know.
for everybody. Like it's getting harder and harder to post, like to come up with things for our YouTube, for the social medias, because it's not what people want to see.
Well, you can't compete with
No.
the bullshit.
No.
So worked out. Fuck you. I don't know. I don't know who I'm fuck youing. I'm just fuck you.
Yeah, right. No. Anyway, we're worked up. We're worked up about how sad and soft the world's gotten.
Well, it's funny because I've seen the transition. People were like, adpocalypse. We fucking lived through it.
Oh, yeah, right?
I saw YouTube pre-adpocalypse and post-adpocalypse. Kids have grown up.
I would rather us still be in adpocalypse.
Kids have grown up
Because it was
not knowing what YouTube was like before adpocalypse, which is fucking weird to think
with
about.
like the gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bring back old YouTube.
For real. Or not gray. It was like a beige TV
Yeah.
app.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You could even see in like their rewinds are different. You know what I mean? They're
Soft.
just so,
super
like,
soft. The rewinds used to be so cool.
They're just so like
And,
it's just
like,
so manufactured to a certain demographic.
They
and it's
never, in their rewinds, never have any of the content creators that people actually care about. They have only the content creators that YouTube cares about.
yeah, they got the ASMR people, the mukbangers. Like, I don't fucking care about
Yeah.
people scratching their balls with the camera.
No
right there.
gamers. Gamers
No.
aren't in there. Or if it is the gamers, it's the gamers that play Farmville.
Yeah, it's not like fucking, you know. Even Markiplier is not really involved anymore.
No, he backed off. He's more twitchy now, right?
No,
Hmm.
I'm saying in like the rewinds and stuff.
I know.
Like, there was a
but I'm
stretch
saying
where
he's like backing off of YouTube as a whole.
oh, I mean, he's still putting
no?
out
Is he?
daily
Is he?
videos, but like obviously they distanced from PewDiePie because of what he said. But,
Yeah.
like the era of like Markiplier ruling, kind of playing games, and that's gone. Fucking, they don't even use like Tim the Tap Man, who's like really popular.
Yeah. Is he popular on YouTube too? I thought he was just a Twitch.
He's got a YouTube following.
Yeah.
I mean, most of those guys
That's true, I guess.
Most of those guys will take like their Twitch VODs and then
do
clip them into videos.
Yeah.
But so anyway,
The world is crazy nowadays.
that was the rant for the episode. Maybe, I don't know. We might get into another one. Did you fucking? Oh, we're definitely getting into another one.
All right, let's
I
hear
just
it.
remembered.
Okay.
Okay, did we forget to say something about it last week? Because I just remembered it. Remember that thing I sent you? Where fucking... I actually sent it to the group chat because Kluge was talking about it too. I want to find it. It was about Guess Who. Fucking...
Lambrin,
Yeah.
Lebum, Leflop,
Oh, yeah, where Doc Rivers was like, I really believe if LeBron James had to play football, he
Oh.
may have been the greatest football
Okay.
player ever.
All right.
Can we fuck off with that?
I don't. Okay.
First of all, Doc Rivers, fuck you.
Secondly, no, he would not have been the greatest football player of all time. They're still really like, no. That's like saying,
It's like saying Michael Phelps can play baseball.
yeah, or like,
And it's nothing
Give me-
against like the athleticism of Michael Phelps, but
or LeBron James. Like we know LeBron's athletic. We know he's a talented.
just saying
basketball
that
player.
somebody's athletic does not warrant that they could play another
Oh my
sport.
God.
That's
and
very
being the
different.
greatest and being the greatest at it.
Yeah, that's a fucking stretch.
Again, how many times did the
First
greatest?
of all, what position would he play? Let's talk about that.
Okay, he'd have to be tight end,
Okay,
right?
So
He'd have to be because he's too slow to be a receiver. He's too thick to be a receiver.
I think people think he's going to be a receiver. Like, people were like, "Oh, he's got fucking."
I
great
guess
hands
if you look
and,
at DK, DK's
he's a big dude, but
he's not.
but
DK's
DK's
fast.
Like,
To me, he's a tight end.
yeah, he's a weird in between of like, and he definitely would not be the best tight end.
Now Kelsey would swamp him.
Yeah, like he's first of all, you know,
Wait till Aaron Donald just lines up against him, and just like, see ya. Like, done.
I just don't.
As soon as LeBron hits contact, he's on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm done now. Let's go.
No, he fucking gets poked in the eye and is down and out for an hour, and he fucking thinks he's gonna go play football.
You get poked in the freaking
everywhere. You know how many times I've got poked in the fucking eye at a football game through a face mask, no less. A lot happens all the fucking time.
Yeah. Even if it's not meant to, it just happens.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna be, because you're right. He's a bigger dude, so he probably wouldn't. I doubt.
Even if he played receiver, I mean, like, you got people like Ramsey and Howard who would they would take care of
You have a better shot at being the best ever to play football as a tight end than you do a receiver, because there's way too many legendary receivers over the course of the NFL.
Yeah.
That you can't, like...
But you could even... There's so many you could argue... You could argue that Gonzalez and Dallas Clark and like Shannon Sharp made tight ends cool.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Dallas was like that blue collar guy coming in. I'll get you the first down.
Yeah.
Shannon was a beefy, brawly, let's go. And then you had Gonzalez, who was just flashy and cool. And
yeah, I don't...
How are you going to beat that? You can't.
That it just...
Especially... No.
So that's my one bitch with it. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, he would not be the greatest ever. That's my number one bitch. My number two bitch is, who the fuck cares? That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said that to, like, we were talking about it. I was like, do we really have to suck him off so much that we can't just say that he's the best in his sport? We have to start saying he's the best in every other sport that's out there, too.
But is he the best in his sport? Like, well, currently, sure, but...
That's the thing, though. Like,
how does he rate actually against...
Can we just leave it to that
he's the
discussion?
Yeah.
Why do we have to venture out into, like, now I'm going to see a post tomorrow that's going to say he'd be the fucking...
The best soccer player of all time.
Yeah, after Serena Williams backs out of the fucking Wimbledon, he's going to be the best tennis player ever.
Yeah, right.
Like, fuck you. Why are we...
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
he's not...
He can't be the best at everything.
No. I just don't
Especially
get it.
when people are dedicating their entire lives to being the best at that sport.
I literally just think
Like
that
he did
people
for
put LeBron
basketball.
James in, like, social media posts and titles and just to stir fucking, like, oh, this guy's talking about LeBron. Let's, ooh.
Yeah. But look, so obviously before LeBron, it was MJ. MJ is widely considered, one of the greatest of all times, if not the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And he sucked at baseball.
Yeah.
And he had great athleticism. You're telling me that LeBron can just go over and do what MJ couldn't do?
No.
Just because he's LeBron? We have no proof that he would actually be any good.
And I hate to offend baseball players out there, but if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to put a basketball player's athleticism above a baseball player's. It's a different level of...
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just a different...
It's different.
Your hand-eye for baseball is so much different than your hand-eye for...
I won't say above, but it's different.
It's a completely different set of skills.
So you can't take basketball athleticism and compare it to baseball athleticism, because no, you don't necessarily need, like, maybe the endurance or the movement ability that, like, a basketball player would have, because they're running up and down the court all the time.
Or walking down the court like LeBron does.
But you need endurance in a different sense.
You need a quick burst of energy.
Yeah, you need hand-eye coordination in a different sense.
Right.
You need, like, it's just different.
The mental game of knowing where, okay, if the ball hits to me, I can throw it to second or first. If the ball hits to him, he's got to throw it to me so I can get the guy out. This, I got to cut off here. There's 4 different bases,
That's like the long-standing argument in high schools where, like, the soccer players don't like the football players. It's like, at least it was like that for us.
Yeah.
I played both sports, okay? Put soccer pussies in football equipment and make them do what we do, and they can't do it. But also stick all of us fucking stupid bastards on a soccer field and we pass out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
we'd be donezo.
It's just different. They don't hit people and they don't have to wear equipment, but they can run for seemingly ever.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
they can also kick a ball. We cannot kick a ball to save our lives.
Yeah, like there's no.
Have you seen field goal people trying to kick a field goal? They can't do it. Even in the professionals, they can't do it.
Yeah, right.
And then you have I can't even think of her name now. One of the
The
U.S.
girl
women,
from soccer.
yeah, comes in, smokes them. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. But that's exactly it. It's like, yeah.
Stop crossing sports.
In high school, we were like soccer players, losers, and now it's like, no, we couldn't do it.
No.
They can't do what we do.
No,
and,
it's not even.
And even if they can, they're still not going to be.
You're
Like if I practice that every day of my life, like football players do, I can. I don't want to say 100%, but I can like 98% guarantee that those guys will always be better than someone who does it.
well. Think about what happened.
Switching
Like, think
over.
about
I
your
don't know.
transition. Like, think about you as an athlete in a sports career. You're you're a kid. You're in high school. You're a multi-sport athlete. But as you start to get older, you find the one sport that you click with the most, and then you start focusing on that. Okay.
Yep.
By the time I was in ninth grade, I was solely football. But before that, I was doing soccer. I was wrestling. You know what I mean? So you get to a point where you start to narrow.
What you want to focus on.
Right, because once you get older and you realize, hey, in order to be competitive, I got to put time into this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So just because I only played the one sport doesn't mean that I fucked off the rest of the year. I was always doing other shit for that sport. So you get so to just be like, oh, god damn, if he played football, he'd be the best. No.
We don't know what his ethic or his work ethic would be towards football compared to how he was with basketball.
I could guarantee you my left fucking nut, if he had the same mentality in a football field that he does on a basketball court, he would get fucking bushwhacked so fast it wouldn't even be funny. Because football is like the embodiment of karma. Shoot your fucking mouth off, see what happens.
Look at Juju. Juju's the biggest example of that. Shoot your mouth off. You got smoked 4 weeks in a row.
The football field is like the best place to ever get even with anybody. If you have beef with somebody,
you get traded. You get traded by your former team. First game of the year, your former team.
yeah,
Revenge game.
like they're
the best.
just. It always seems like it's like the football field has like a magic aura to it, and it just wants to correct the balance. So like it just, no matter what happens, there's always like, I love the Steelers, but when Juju, like you said, was getting heat for dancing on people's logos, and then I don't even remember who it was, came the fuck out of nowhere and made him look like a little boy during that game. I was like, you know what? That is the field correcting. All is good now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That
it's
needed
just-
to happen for him to realize.
Then he releases a statement. I don't think I'll be dancing on any other team's logos anytime soon.
Which
It's
you never should. It's
disrespectful.
always been disrespectful. It's not like it's a new thing.
Right, but it's once you see shit like that, you just kind of can breathe a sigh of relief and say, all is good.
It did
It worked itself out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just so.
But also, this is the same. This goes along with this whole boxing thing. Like, hey, I'll take you, Jake. I'll take you, Jake. And it's like because you're an athlete, you think you can
Just do shit.
Yeah. It's just a joke. It's just a joke, a mockery of what athletes have become.
Well, that's it. Kind of is like the YouTube shit. Like, it's catering to a specific group of people.
Mhm.
Like, like the sports media knows that they're gonna get attention if they talk about LeBron James. So they're gonna find anything and everything to talk about LeBron James with. Now my nose is fucked.
It's because of freaking cats. All right. I have one question for you.
I showed my mom the clip of you sneezing in the last episode.
Oh God.
She was laughing.
Of course she was.
In between my like fucks and everything else that she was annoyed with. You were sneezing.
That's fair. Chow, 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 chow. All right. If you had to, you have the current NFL roster, the entire NFL roster. Who are you putting at number one? Because obviously, so they've been doing. Obviously, that's like the question of the weeks between practices.
Yeah, they always do that.
It's like the top 100 or whatever. And I think most of them are like Aaron Donald, number one. Which I get it. Like, he's obviously the greatest defensive player currently, if not all time, because he's just Aaron Donald.
That's
But
hard.
it's so hard because there's so many people.
And there's so many like different factors that go into it. Like,
Well, I guess
yes, you can say
in
Aaron
basketball,
Donald.
there's a very clear top 20.
Right. And you could even say, like, Aaron Donald, I guess. I don't know if that would be my pick. Right, because there's people that are more athletic than he is.
But it's not.
But
even,
then you
it's
have
not
to take-
athletic. It's who's.
But then
If-
you have to take
who are
into
you
account
putting-
what position they play.
Yeah, right. What if you were to create your own team right now? No matter what position you needed, whatever.
Because he's a fucking monster.
Who
at his
is the guy
position.
you're basing your team on?
Yeah,
And
that's
like you have some people who are like, I'm going offense. I'm going Tom Brady because of his mind. I mean, and that's I think he rates number 1 or 2, or he's 2 or 3.
or like even like his experience /
Right.
leadership type.
Right.
You know?
And like, look what he pulled the team from a 4 and whatever season to a Super Bowl win. Because he's good. He's the greatest of all time. Let's be real. He's the greatest of all time. Currently.
Yeah.
He's currently the greatest of all time. And that's coming from a Peyton Manning fan. Peyton Manning I will say Peyton Manning did have all of his records in 5 less years, but whatever. That goes on to a different discussion that we've already talked about
Yeah.
with Lewis.
I don't know. That's so hard.
I would honestly go with Tom Brady because of the mind, and like he would help me create an outstanding offense, help me create an outstanding defense because he knows which players are good in that.
Well, and
aspect.
yeah, I think you got to see if like you have to look and see kind of how like the person pulls a team together too. Like, what is this person's presence going to affect how the team performs? You know, I also think that like Aaron Rodgers is another one of those.
So okay, I was gonna talk about him because
But right now, I don't
he's
know.
obviously the
'Cause
current
he's being a
MVP,
little-
right? Which means that he's the most valuable player in the NFL.
Uh-huh.
So logically, it would make sense for him to be number 1. He's the reigning MVP. If he's on your team, you can trust that the offense is going to work at some point. Your defense needs work, but whatever. That's just the Packers' life, right? But he doesn't have the same ability that Tom has, as in like, I don't care what you pay me. I'm going to work through it.
Yeah.
And I might have my question, like he did it in New England. He goes, I need help. I need help with receiving, whatever. His contract, he didn't go and cry about his contract. He just left.
I have
after
to
his
admit,
contract was done.
I do have to admit, I looking at the years that Tom Brady's played, I don't think I've ever seen like a insanely egregious contract that he's ever been signed to.
No.
Like he just doesn't.
He
might-
restructured his current one to get everybody back.
He might honestly be the one player in the league right now that genuinely plays the sport for the sake of playing the sport.
I would agree with that. I would agree.
don't-
Obviously, he makes money to put food on the table once in a while, which he's already made that.
But
kind
he
of money.
acknowledges that he has money
Yeah.
from his years playing in the past. He acknowledges that he doesn't need $60 fucking million.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Which
Or
they
90 or whatever the
they
fuck.
immediately had to restructure within
Yeah.
months of him getting signed that because they were like, oh shit, we actually have to pay people. Whoops.
Yeah. And then we have to realize, like, oh shit, fucking Wonder Boy doesn't work magic
No.
all the time,
God, I'm so sick of him.
So, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. I'd say Tom Brady.
That's who I'd if I had to start a team from
I'm curious
scratch.
to see what other people
It's-
are saying.
It's tough because you want a more athletic guy, but the guy's gotten faster and has a better arm than he did 3 years ago.
That's the thing. I was gonna say, like, in terms of his ability, I could think of better people probably, like his pure athleticism,
But
or even throwing ability. Because I don't even think
Look
like
at
necessarily his throwing ability is that good.
no, right? But
He's just fucking so smart.
we gotta see. And obviously, he's an indie guy, so I'm like indie. But Phillip Rivers, like
Yeah.
he
Nobody gave him enough credit. I don't think.
No, not whatsoever. But he came in and just used his mind and picked apart defenses and got us to an 11-5 season.
Yeah. Another pretty humble dude, I think.
Absolutely, he's not gonna be like I'm the best in the world.
I loved watching those clips of him like trash talking people.
Golly!
Yeah, that shit was good. That shit was
He's
good.
offsides! Oh, he's great. He's great. He's probably crazy down in high school.
Oh, yeah, I could only imagine. Because he's a bigger dude, so he could
Yeah.
kind of
Chirp,
chirp a little bit, yeah. So, yeah, I agree. You can't just go off of who's the best.
Yeah.
I don't think. There's way too much that goes into it.
Right. I was listening to a podcast today, and
Actually, no, I changed my pick. LeBron James.
okay, and that was you're annoying. It was Colin. Oh shit! He won the PGA Tour 2 years ago, or last year, or something like that. Morikawa, is that his name? I don't know. And he said, golf doesn't get enough respect, whatever, because we have the Power Four, like soccer, football, baseball, tennis. I don't know what the fourth one is. What is the fourth one?
Basketball.
Oh, duh. That was real dumb. That was real dumb on my part.
God damn, son.
And he gets a lot of shit saying like all of those guys he couldn't play those sports, but all of those guys could play his sport. And to an extent, sure, but they can't be as good as him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he's like they don't understand how much. What did he said something about like they're trying to perfect an imperfectible game, whatever, and they can't mentally hang with us when it comes to hitting the same course over and over and over again and practicing swinging over and over and over again. I bet you the closest thing would be a baseball player because they have to practice batting every day of their lives.
Right. It's that endurance kind of.
The repetition and like the nullifying of not letting something that's stagnant keep it affecting you. Where in football you have 900 plays you have to learn.
Yeah.
900 different opponents.
My playbook at U of R when I was there, when I was on offense before they switched me to defense, my offensive playbook was 600 plays.
Yeah.
At a D3 college.
And we ran 35 at
Yeah.
If
and you had to know, not only did you have that many plays, but you had each play had signals because we did no huddle. So everything was signaled from the sideline.
Yeah.
So you had to know all the signals for the play. And there was 3 different signals for one play alone. Just so we could throw off, like, in case somebody was...
Get off their stink.
In case somebody was, like, if they were scouting us, they were watching the sideline and they were trying to pick up what signal does what play, because it happens, right? So...
That's why you don't run no huddle.
You could have 3 different symbols that mean the same thing. So...
Yeah.
You were pretty much looking at, like, triple, actually, what the actual playbook was, because you had to know, you could literally do 2 plays back-to-back. It's the same exact play, but they could run 2 different signals out.
Right.
And you'd have to know. And it was like, fuck, dude. Like, coming from when we did the same play every fucking...
Two plays in a row were the same,
were the
one
same
different,
shit.
back to the
it was
play.
quite a... And I couldn't even imagine. I see some of these coaches, like, they have the laminated playbooks on the NFL sidelines, and they're on, like, a sheet of legal paper.
Yeah.
And it's, like, 11-point font, and it's just fucking...
Yeah.
I don't even... I'm just like...
It's crazy. And
it just takes time.
And something, like you said, something running that same hole is could be called 4 different ways.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But, again, that's goes on to the topic of... It doesn't matter if you're a great athlete or not. If you can, I mean, it helps obviously, but
there was something I saw.
He's not just because he's the greatest in his sport doesn't mean he's going to be the greatest in any other sport.
There was something I saw, and I don't know if it had anything. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it already before here some time ago, but I saw it a while ago, and it was discussing PEDs in golf.
I think you did bring it up, or at least we've talked about it or something.
It was just an interesting thing because it's kind of on the topic of, like, endurance, because it's even the same for, like, baseball, because obviously baseball's had a run with PEDs a lot. I think a lot of people think, like, oh, you're taking roids or growth hormone or something.
a lot of it's like recovery stuff.
you're gonna be fucking jacked out of your
Yeah.
mind, and it's like that's not why these guys are doing it. You think for 5 seconds that your professional golf player wants to look like fucking Arnold? It's like that's not what he's going for.
That's also going to limit his swing.
That's not what he's going for. He just wants to be able to swing 800 times and not be tired.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
because he
Or
could practice
not have
it
a
more,
sore back, not have...
or do 800 one day and then come back and do 800 more the next day without dying.
Yeah.
Because your body can't do that normally. So
Right.
it was an interesting concept. I guess I never thought of that.
But,
It makes you wonder. There's probably PEDs everywhere
every sport. Absolutely.
that just people don't see.
See, or even think that they're considered PEDs because they're just like, it's like a recovery balm.
Yeah.
Oh, but it also has a little bit of steroid to help you.
Yeah, that's why like
Heal.
I do have to commend the NCAA. Like I'm sure that there's shit that slips through.
Whoa. Never commend the NCAA. NCAA, whatever you want to call them.
But when they did their
Shitbags.
random, you lost your mirror.
Mirror's always been out.
When they did those random drug tests on us, they even fucking flagged like caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, they were pretty intense.
If
in
you drank
terms
too much
of-
coffee?
Yeah, because there was something out there that I guess there was some sort of caffeine style like pre-workout that had traces of
Had some...
yeah.
some
So they
fragrance
were
effect.
like, I had to give them a list of my prescriptions, like my prescribed medications,
Yeah.
because a few of those were anabolic steroids
Yeah.
for like my asthma and shit. So they would set off the drug test.
Right.
And I was like, damn. So it's pretty intense. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure shit slips by, right? They don't drug test. I think the 4 years I was there, we got drug tested once. And that was just because the rep was there for our D1 fucking squash team. So it like didn't even...
D1 squash.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Is that not like just a rich college fucking sport or what?
It is.
Anyway. So, yeah. Progress. My fucking nose, dude.
Yeah, it's time to end this. We'll be back like
My eyes
somewhat
are-
healthy next week.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
This weather that we've been getting needs to fuck right off.
Because the problem is it goes from 60 to 50
to fucking 95.
to 95 in less than 2 days. Like I was wearing a sweatshirt 3 days ago,
I literally
whatever
walk
day it was.
outside to get in my car and I'm like,
and it's not even like a good 95. It's a thick 95.
I can't breathe.
I like hot weather, but this is thick because it's 65 humidity, if not more.
I was literally driving Dominique home the other day and I looked at her, I was like, I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
I had my windows down. Like, it doesn't help that the AC in my car fucking decided to stop fucking working. Stupid piece of shit.
Not so poggers.
But anyway.
Oh God.
No,
That
I
sucks.
fucking hate it. I hate it. You want to tell the people what you did yesterday?
What I did yesterday.
Oh, my computer just went black. I don't know what happened.
Oh. Well, I was moving stuff around and I didn't realize that my power cord was not fully plugged in.
Tom just
And
verified that I have a future in IT.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. So my computer ended up going black and like powered off, and I couldn't get it back. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So I texted him. I was like, "My computer died," and he goes, "Unplug it." And I went back there, and it was already unplugged. So I plugged it back in, and it all worked. And he was like, "Haha, I was right. You just had to unplug it," even though it was already unplugged because he's a bitch.
I'm gonna do IT and then literally anything,
Unplug it.
every single fucking, even if it doesn't make sense. It's not plugged in. Unplug it anyway. just unplug it.
But that's like when they say, "Did you turn it on and off yet?"
I kid you not. Like, yeah, that's the fucking thing that they say. They always.
That's what we do whenever we have electronic issues at Home Depot. We just turn it off, turn it back on, and it works.
Yeah,
Works every time.
I don't know where, like, in the lifespan of technology,
That's
that
where
they
we came up with the answer.
Yes.
What are we doing?
These weird error messages that come up, and then you just restart your computer, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, I don't know what the fuck Kluge sent us. I don't know what that was. That error message.
Yeah,
I got
Because it
fucking
was
no
just a
clue.
bunch of numbers.
So that was
Anyway.
funny. Your boy is 4th overall in our NASCAR league.
Are you? What am I still like 8th?
No, I think you're like 6th or
Did
something.
Did I get bumped up? Because I've been finishing okay.
You're
except for
close.
last week or
You're
2 weeks
close.
ago.
Kluge's right above me. I'm coming for you, Kluge.
Fuck off, Louis.
I'm coming for that ass.
As long
boy.
as I beat my family, I don't give a fuck.
I just have been consistently getting top 5s.
I am 6th. And I am
'Cause I got
300
second,
points
I think.
behind the leader. 300.
So it's close.
Yeah. I'm beating Tay. That is all that matters. Cool. No, it's close because each race is 300, if
That's
not
what I
more.
mean.
And Jason just has to have Jason, Kluge's friend, Kluge, you, and Pat. I just have to have a couple bad days.
Well, Pat was at the top, and
Yeah, he's doing really well.
he's gone down a little bit. So your boy has been, like I said, I've been top
You're only
5.
70 above me. I just gotta win a couple. Like I just
Yeah, I
gotta
know,
be
it's
ahead of
close.
you for like 3 weeks in a row, and then I've got you.
I don't know though, dude. I've been top 5 and for a while.
Yeah, I've got 9 second places.
I think I just got second last week. So
Anyway, thank you all. I love you. Buy a tag if you want to tag.
what time are we at?
Time
We've
for
been
me.
going for 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah, we've just been ranting.
Where the fuck did that happen?
We've just been ranting.
Do you got a movie?
Um,
You've always been watching some hella movies at work lately.
no, I've actually been really. I haven't been watching a lot of stuff, which pisses me off. But
I saw.
I have. There was. Oh shit! What was I gonna?
I wanted to see if you've seen these.
Future World is coming out, or no, Future War or something like that with Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out Friday, so I'll be watching that. I'm gonna try and watch Tenet this week,
Oh yeah.
finally. And then I started watching The Outpost with Orlando Bloom and shit, what's his name? Scott Eastwood. But I turned it off because I went to bed. I passed out. I was tired.
Did you see
Should we be
Beowulf?
Yes.
That movie
Great. I saw it as like a 10-year-old.
when it was kind of like that weird animation, like
Yeah.
that Polar Express style animation.
Yeah.
Saw that.
It's a good movie.
It's not bad.
Not near my top 100, but it's a good movie.
No, but I liked how he like came in as the hero, and then when he met,
Is that a LeBron update?
let's see, we'll get a live reaction.
LeBron James is no longer in the Lakers because he's upset with coaching.
Oh no, fucking Trae Young.
What?
Deep bone bruise.
Oh.
Been ruled out for Game 4.
Did you see his the ankle braces? Yet? They were the ankle braces that you had to wear.
Yeah.
They're like that, and he's
The
playing
monsters.
basketball with them.
Yeah. So I just thought it was like, first of all, I love Anthony Hopkins,
Yeah, he's good. He's so good. He's so good.
and his character did so well in that movie. I think just kind of being like super mysterious and like, oh, you killed Grendel. Oh well, his mother is still alive too. You should
Yeah.
go kill her. And then when Beowulf gets baited, he's like, I just imagine like Cartman in South Park where he's,
Yeah.
because they didn't come out and say it, but like he got baited
Oh.
by
Yeah.
the say like because his wife was like, I can't believe you slept with her, but they didn't say who. And then but then he had like the horn chalice or whatever,
Yeah.
the dragon chalice, and he knew how to kill the dragon,
Right.
and he was just like, it's yours now, and then he fucking dipped. He just jumped off the side of the. But then it like sped way up, and now he's old. So like it was good.
It was wild.
Animation's weird. I just don't like that kind of.
Hyper realistic.
I didn't like it in Polar Express, which is like the comparison.
Yeah, I don't want like when I'm looking at animation, I don't want it to look identical to Angelina Jolie.
If they
That freaked me out.
it did. If they either made that like a live action, that would have been.
They had a live action way back when,
I did see that.
but yeah, no, like a modern, updated version of it, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Probably 7, 9.
I would agree. I'd agree.
And then I saw like the Percy Jackson movies
I love those movies.
because I was on the.
Super underrated, and they're redoing them now.
Oh, they are redoing them.
Yeah, I don't because they can't.
People shat on the second one. I don't really know why.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
They I know.
It's a good concept. Like it's a fun.
The
concept.
books are great, but I think the guy who plays Percy either didn't want to reprise his role or they were like, you're not that kid anymore. So yeah.
I don't even know who that actor is, to be quite honest with you. So
I feel like his name's Jonah, but it's not. But he's been acting for a while.
They were good. Like I don't know. If I had one bitch about him, I wish he did more like Poseidon-y kind of stuff.
Yeah, agreed.
Like more epic.
Yeah, instead of healing out of the water.
Yeah,
just move water more, please.
He did like he just.
It was always at the end.
He was a sword fighter.
Yeah,
but it's like, you're Poseidon's kid. Fucking use it. Like
go ham, dude.
Yeah,
go ham. Yeah. No, I agree. There was.
And then I think that series
cool stuff,
I would do like. First movie probably 8, 3. Oh God!
Just turn it on. It's fine.
Second movie 8-2. They're probably very similar.
Yeah.
So I liked them.
Yeah, I had the same feeling with Aragon, like where it was really good, downplayed completely, like or underrated completely. And I wish they finished Aragon.
Like fantasy style movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off amazing books. I read all of the Aragon series. They're great.
So yeah.
All right, let's do this, so we can go and eat food and die peacefully. Love you all. Thank you all for listening to Worked Up. Hopefully you're okay with Worked Up. No one's commented on it telling us otherwise. So
well, you missed your opportunity. Fuck you.
Yeah. Agreed.
We love you. Worked Up presented by HWR Podcast.
Thanks for listening. Thanks to all of our sponsors. And tell us what you want to hear next week. Okay, bye.